Hi, this is Rory Singh, and today my topic is on giving value. I figured it was one of the most important topics if you're pursuing the online industry. You want to make money for yourself. You want to increase. Uh, you want to improve your financial situation, and you want to improve the quality of your lifestyle. So the best way to do that is by giving value. I know a lot of you already are aware of that. A lot of you have heard this before, and a lot of you are actually doing this in your business right now, and that's awesome. Awesome, good for you guys. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little creative spin on it today. Today, I'm going to talk about the mind, and there's two parts of the mind. Okay, guys, two parts of the mind. Okay, one part, one part is the creative part. Okay, that would be the intuitive part, the one that if you believe in God, I don't know what your beliefs are. Either, most people, I find most people, either they believe in God, and then they're atheists who don't want to admit that there is a God, or they probably do believe in a God. I don't want to offend you if you're an atheist, but most atheists I find are just pissed off with God. Okay, but I'm talking about the mind here. Yeah, that's your issue. Whether you're an atheist or you believe in God, that's your deal. But what I'm talking about, there are two parts of the mind right now. You could believe me. That's up to you. Okay. The creative part, that's where we get all of our ideas. Okay. That's when things just flow into my brain. Just come flow right through me. Whenever you watch anyone online, that people that are just flowing, they don't rehearse. When I speak most of the time on my videos, I don't rehearse anything. I just get the camera, hit the button, and away I go. I don't even, half the time, I don't even know what I'm going to say. It's just like the information is just downloaded into my brain from the creative part of my mind. Okay, so two parts of the mind. The first part's the creative mind, and then there's the other part that can work against you. It works against all of us. We've got wars going on this planet because of that part of the mind, and that part is called the competitive mind. Okay, a great majority of people on this planet right now are using that part of the mind for the great majority of their time. Now, you can go back and forth from creative to competitive, all depending on how you are being. The creative part is the one that's going to help you. It's going to bring experiences to you. It will never try and scare you. It's the God part of your mind, the one that your intuition, the intuitive part of your mind, like as I said before. The other part, the competitive mind, that's just going to have you chasing your circles, chasing your tail in circles. If there's things that keep repeating in your life right now that you are perceiving as bad, then I would say there's a lesson that the universe is trying to teach you right now, and you're not learning the lesson. They say the lesson will be repeated until you learn it, and that's happened to me many times until finally knucklehead here gets it, and then it stops. Okay, even in my business, I wasn't even taking it. Now I'm taking action every day, but before I couldn't even get the strength. Some days I'm like taking action, and then some days I don't want to do anything. Then some days I'm like, oh, this is bullshit. You know, back and forth, back and forth. I had issues to clear up inside of me. Okay, we've all got things going on, and the type of environment that you're living in, the circumstances that are happening, okay, are all having to do with what's going on inside of you right now. So if you're online right now and you want to make more money for yourself, okay, should come from a kind heart first of all. First of all, you should be coming from a kind heart that you are thinking more of in the terms of we and not me, not I. You're thinking of we, okay, like a oneness type of principle. Because in truth, all the principles, the universal laws that work for marketers online, okay, I'm pointing my finger here, but I'm just talking, all the universal laws that move you forward are based on oneness principles. Like if there's just one of us down here. Okay, that's a topic for another day. We have so many, we can have a big, You may not agree with some of the stuff I would say if I would go on with that topic. That's a topic for another day. Okay. So the creative mind is where you get all of the information that's going to move you forward. Okay. It's the part of your mind that is abundant. It only sees abundance, prosperity, health. It only sees health, joy, wholeness. The competitive mind, now that's the one that has people chasing their tails. Okay, this one here is its thinking system is based on lack, fear. There's not enough to go around. I've got to outdo that other marketer over there. I got to get my YouTube videos everywhere. Oh, I've got to outrank those blog posts over there so I can get my blog posts. Oh, on the Facebook groups that we have, the syndication groups, I gotta keep, get my post up to the top. That's the competitive one. I gotta get everyone to see mine, hell with everyone else. That's the competitive one. That one there, you don't want it to be leading your life, because you're gonna run around in circles. There's always gonna be endless problems for you to solve. Okay, so you want to start giving value, and the only way you're going to be able to actually give value, the only way you're actually going to be able to take the first step and to start taking action, and the right action, is to access the creative part of your mind. Now how do we do that? Well, this is very interesting. If there is a God, and if what I just said, I don't want to go into religion. I'm not a religious guy. Okay. But if there's a God, if it really, I know a lot of you guys go to church. I hope you go to church because you love God. I don't go to church. Okay. I used to when I was younger, and I just don't go anymore. I had to go when I was growing up with, at home. My mom forced me to go to church. Now she doesn't even go to church herself. Okay. But we were Christian, brought up in a Christian faith, and I don't go to church, so I'm stuck right there saying that. Yeah, I don't go to church. I'm getting like George W. Bush. I'm losing it up here. I'm like, talking about something and forgetting about what I'm talking about. I'm not access. Okay, I know you guys say this guy's an idiot. Okay, no, hold on. I'm getting to a point here. Okay. I'm getting to a good point. How do you access the creative mind? I was just kidding, guys. You gotta laugh, right? Life is too short. If we're not laughing, we're not having fun. It's not all about making money. We gotta have some fun, and then the money's gonna come. Well, we hope it's gonna come, right? We hope, but you give value, it's gonna come. How do you act? Oh, hey, anybody there? I didn't want my family to come in and interrupt me while I'm doing my video. Are you guys in the hallway listening to me? I don't think they're home yet. Okay. So how do you access the creative part of your mind? That's a good question. So if there is a God, and I was talking about church. A lot of people go to church. I found a lot of people go to church. Maybe not you. Maybe you go to church and you just love God, and you just, you go for the right reasons. But I find a lot of people go to church because they don't want to go to hell. Now, what if heaven and hell was just a state of your mind? Okay, I'm pointing to my brain. My brain's in there, but a state of your mind that you're going to experience here on earth. Who knows, really? Who knows? None of us know really everything for sure, right? Well, what do we know? Do we know anything for sure? Hopefully I know about what I'm talking about here right now, about giving value and accessing the creative part of the mind. Okay. So if there is a God, right, wouldn't he know every single thing that you're thinking at every given moment of time? Would he know? I would say yes. If you believe there's a God and he's the Almighty, we just say it's a he. I don't think God's a person. But if there is, then we'll just say he, okay? We could say she. I say Sometimes I say mother when I don't want to. I think of when I refer to God as He, it sounds like really hardcore and like a fatherly type of. When I think of her, mother, that's what I go with. Mother, she. I feel like a loving, nurturing type of energy instead. So he or she, doesn't matter. But most people are used to they're thinking that God's a man for some reason. So we'll just say he in this video. So if there is a God, he would know everything you're thinking, good or bad. Everything that you're thinking. And if you want to start accessing the right part of the mind, or the you want to stay away from the competitive mind, you can just ask. You can just ask, because he's listening. He is listening, and he's talking to you all the time. He talks to all of us all the time. Every single one of us. This is sounding like, I didn't expect this video to go like this. It's starting to sound like I'm preaching here. I'm not like a church guy. I've seen some guys are really good online speaking. They sound like preachers. Even that guy there, David Wood, founder of Empower Network, right? This is a Calato blog. This is a Calato blog. Shh, don't tell anybody. But it's an Empower Network blog that you're watching the video on right now if you're on my blog, okay? But yeah, David Wood is kind of like a preacher. He just goes on and on, but maybe that's how he captivates his audience. And I wasn't trying. I'm not trying. I'm actually waving my hands like David Wood does. But I'm not trying to sound like a preacher. But all the principles has to do with oneness. It has to do with unity. It has to do with creativity. It has to do with God, right? Everything comes through us, through this life force, through this creative force, this creative being that we call God. Okay? So if there's a God, you could just say, hey, Father, I would like to change things in my life right now. And can you help me? I'm open. You got to be open too. You've got to be open. Okay? As I said, he speaks to all of us all the time. Half the time we don't hear him because we're hearing the ego, the competitive part of our mind. And majority of the time we are all identifying with this ego. Okay, the ego has its own purpose. Okay, and this all, it's all corresponds to giving value. All the stuff that I'm saying here. Some of you might think that, oh, this guy's like going on in some religious type. No, I'm not. I'm not at all. If you want to be successful, and you don't want to be those scam people on the Warrior Forum, oh, everything's a scam, everything's dirty, those negative people. You don't want to be one of those people, right? You don't want to be like those other guys making comments on YouTube all the time, like, oh, everything's a scam except for our opportunity, right? Their opportunity is the only scam. You don't want to be like them. They couldn't be doing personal development, right? Speaking like that. So if you want to start right now and access your creative mind, and all of us go back and forth from one part of the mind to the other part of the mind based on how we're being. But you can actually ask the creative part of your mind to lead your life, okay? To help you. To help you. You can just say, Father, please, I'm open. I'm willing, but you got to be willing. You have to be willing, okay? You have to be a willing participant. You can't be, he starts helping you, because you're going to start seeing changes in your life, and then you can't just start rejecting everything. Okay, there's another word. What is the other word that I'm looking for? Resisting the process. Because when he starts working, it's not like, oh, we're gonna be singing kumbaya, no, none of that. It's not like, oh, we're gonna be walking through the rainbows, or we're gonna be going through the flower garden holding hands with Jesus or anything like that. When he starts working in your life, all the bullshit is gonna start coming to the surface. Okay? Have you ever heard the fears that we don't face become our limits? Okay? It has everything to do with your online success. Because if you guys succeed here, that's freedom, okay? That is freedom for the rest of your life. Unless you do something stupid, then you could screw it up. Go back to your job. And there's nothing wrong with jobs. I'm not here bashing jobs. We need jobs to keep the world going around, but that's not what this video is about. This video is about how to give value. I'm going to give more information about this value giving process. But if you're here watching this video right now, it's getting really long. The best way to start changing things around in your life right now is to start accessing your creative part of your mind for the great majority of time. Like as I said before, you're going to go back and forth. We all go back and forth. No matter how good we think we are, we go back and forth from competitive to creative to competitive to creative. And after a while, you're going to understand what I'm talking about while you go through this process of back and forth. All the thoughts we're getting, all the bullshit thoughts, the bullshit comes from the competitive part, the ego part. The good stuff, when you're calm, you're peaceful, you're happy, you're loving. When things are just flowing in your life, that's when you're accessing, I'm pointing to my brain again, but accessing the creative part of the mind, the right part of the mind. So that's it. That's my tip for today, and that's a powerhouse tip. Some people are going to disagree and say, what the hell is he talking about? I wanted the strategy. I wanted the system. I want to know how to make $1 million with one sentence. Okay? I cannot help you with that in one sentence. More than one, many sentences to tell you how to do this, right? But this is how it starts. You got to start cleaning up the bullshit in your life by using the right part of your mind. So you say, Father, please help me, or Mother, whatever you want to look at it. I'm willing, be open to the help. It'll seem like things are getting worse a little bit, but it has to get worse before it can get better, depending on your circumstances. I don't know what's going. Maybe everything's just beautiful and hunky-dory in your life right now. But if it isn't, like the great majority of people who are pursuing this industry right now, then you gotta start cleaning up the bullshit, or else you won't get through to the promised land where you want to go. Okay? You won't take the action. You'll always sabotage your success like I did for years. And you don't want to do that. Okay? So you could start today. So the best thing you can do to give value for yourself, okay, that's a better topic. That's what I should say. The best way to give value and increase your paycheck online and to start actually taking the right actions is to access the creative part of your mind. Okay? Giving value to yourself first. You got to be able to give, and it sounds selfish, right? But you got to be a little selfish first. Doesn't mean entitled. Oh, I'm entitled before that person. I'm not saying none of that. I'm saying you got to be a little selfish, give value to yourself, access the creative mind. It's going to stir the pond. All the bullshit's going to rise to the surface. It's got to get cleaned, right? You're going to have to look at some situations. Or the same bullshit's going to be happening like it did for me. 3 things keep happening in my life. And now it seems like they finally stopped. And that's how I did it. So you could just be a willing participant and say, Father, please help me. I'm willing to listen. And then start listening. And you're going to see things starting to change little by little. But always remember that you're going to have to be willing. So that's my topic for today. Holy smokes, it's almost 19 minutes now. Okay, my name is Rory Singh. You have yourself a great day.